Welcome to levelupyourgame.net. I'm Disrepute, and today I'll be commentating on Proctologists versus Dioxide as HoQ, House of Quake, TDM League night. It must be about week 8 or something now, getting towards the end of it. But looking at the table, this is going to be 5th against 8th. Proctologists in 8th, the French team. Dioxide, the Poles, in 5th there. Which I would guess you would suggest DX are probably going to be the favourites in this matchup. Deep Inside was picked by Proct. They've shown some pretty strong performances on this in the past, but then again so have DX. Saw them running 4 Kings pretty close to one of their absolute top tier teams on pretty much every map, so could really go any way. We'll have to wait and see. Second map will be Purgatory, that's DX's map selection. Let's have a look at the teams quickly. Zerg Spirit, Gizmo, Netta and Kodge for Proct. For DX we've got Darth Vader 9, Geenic, Deeth and Zix. As you can see, 4 French players for Proct, 3 Poles and a Finn for DX. Always wonder how they really communicate. Is it all in English then? When you've got 3 Poles and 1 Finn? I guess so, unless they don't use voice comms, which would be pretty incredible in this day and age. So anyway, yeah, just me, I was saying earlier, tonight, no Vor. Scared, I think, it's probably the best way of describing it. So, I'll just have to do all the analysis stuff as well. I'm better than Vor anyway, so don't worry about it. So, I guess we'd expect DX to play pretty tight-knit together. We've seen that in previous matches. I mean, both teams have got pretty strong aim across the field. So we might see an all-out rush. For position, as we say, Deep Inside traditional map from the Quake the Arena days was in the OSP map pack, OSP 5 as many people will call it. Tactics have subtly changed, I think, over the years from the old Quake 3 days. It was very important back in the day to control the bridge and the rail for sure. I'd say it's a little less important to control that now, but nevertheless, rail always a dominant weapon if you can use it well on any map. So we might see both teams trying to rush and take control of what we would call the bridge area just over the spawn of the rail next to quad. At the same time, we'll see probably both teams wanting to get control of that red armor. There are 2 yellows on the map though, so don't forget about them. And the mega health below the bridge and rail area, which is kind of out the way really, and a lot like a lot of megas on all the available maps. It's a little off the beaten track. So if you go and get Mega, you're losing position. As we can see, Deeth dropping through there. Let's go through a blind teleporter. So anyway, gonna get ready to go in 5.
3, 2.
Proct versus DX House of Quake TDM League. Premier Division Zix we're starting off with, following getting that middle room spawn and the shotgun. Decided to go straight up the bounce pad onto bridge. Surprised he didn't get fragged straight away, but wow, does come out on top with the help of his teammates in the end and drops off for these 225s. Almost shafted down there eventually was. It's almost like he was committing suicide there in the end. Probably wasn't worth trying to stack up again after the second LG attack. So better actually sometimes to kill yourself off. Now we do have a quad time on the side there, 20 seconds away. Make it a fairly late-ish one, so both teams should be well and truly ready to attack at that point. They would have missed it if it had been early with DX, but here they come up the bounce pad with nothing, and they're absolutely destroyed by Gizmo. He's going to get an easy quad here then for Proct, it looks like. Does have a bit of army, he's just having to back off a bit, doesn't want to take too much damage before he picks up the quad. In fact, Geenic coming right back up the bounce pad after the quad spawns with nothing. I'm not so sure about those kind of jump attacks. When you have nothing, just giving away a free frag, especially after the quad has spawned. Anyway, following Gizmo, moving towards this red armor, will probably want to try and take control of that, although he has missed it 15 seconds until the next, so next goal would be make sure the bridge is secure. What great air rockets by Deeth. Absolutely sublime there. Wow. Ripped apart that quad. That was wow, that was really good play from Deeth. Really nice control with the rockets. He lost a lot of health, of course, and the 50, I think a teammate took it in front of him. But there he goes, sitting back. He has got a rail and lightning gun, the two most, not really aggressive, but best weapons perhaps for getting kills. LG, of course, is aggressive, but rail's probably seen as more defensive nowadays. He's just missed out on the Mega there, Deeth. He doesn't really know what direction to go with only 3 health, and well, there's the 25, does actually pick that, so it might be alright for a little while longer. Might want to move around and get the 2 25s in this area here, but Gizmo cuts him off. Fresh spawn again, that rocket launcher frag. Proct are 2 frags ahead again, and it looks like they are in control of this quad area. 40 seconds before the quad's going to spawn. They do have a time in this Mega, of course, as well, which is why Gizmo is down here now. 2 attackers from DX, but they both get taken out. Look at Deeth, it gets an unfortunate spawn as Gizmo came out well and truly with the best spawn there for getting the Mega and the weapons. Rail is up on its spot, and Darth Vader trying a lucky bounce pad attack to try and get that rail. I think 12 seconds before this quad's going to spawn. Proct are in position here, but they're not the best lock ever, and especially with DX with weapons moving in, could be a bit of danger, but it looks like it will go to Proct. But that rocket of his teammate from Gizmo, good rocket, pushes him away from the quad, and it's delayed 57 seconds now. Into the minute it will spawn Netta. First time we've seen him, although he goes down pretty fast to Deeth. He is lagging a little bit here, so take that into account on your stream view. I'm going to cycle around though, we've seen a bit of him. Zix picks up that drop shotgun from his teammate. Surely Netta can take him out here with some good rockets. Look at his whole team's firing rockets at Zix as he tries to escape. Again, Zix a little bit laggy here. Nice first shotgun on Netta, chasing though. Netta eventually getting the frag. Only got 5 rockets here though. 3, 2, 2 left. He does have a shotgun as well. Good frag on Deeth. Looks like he might be trying to control this upper yellow Netta. Judging by that movement around. Maybe both yellows. Sometimes you'll have a player cycling both yellows. It's perfectly possible to do that, where the rest of the team secures the bridge and maybe pushes on that red armor or times the Mega. Now I would be inclined to treat Mega as a luxury. If the other team wants to work their hardest to commit players to securing that, then I personally would rather have red armor. It spawns far more regularly, of course. And it keeps a position, the upper level position, on the bridge as well. You just cycle between the bridge and the red, time the LG. That's the way I'd probably play it. Most teams do commit quite a few people to Mega though, 20 seconds before this quad. Proct just building up a bit of a lead here. Not massive, 15 on frags. Should be enough to worry DX if it goes any bigger. Netta, good defensive rockets. They didn't actually connect with any. What on earth happened behind him? Turns around, all his team had decided to drop off.
2 seconds. Excellent.
Giving away position on the quad. Deeth has only got 10 health at 25. Very tempting across the other side of the room. Could have been dangerous. Looking down that corridor as he moved across. And there's that 50 again. Tempting. Gizmo almost could have fragged the quad there, but another good shotgun from Deeth. He's got 3 frags on this run from just shotguns, which weren't exactly point-blank range shotguns either. Nice rocket from Zerg Spirit, although he does get fragged by the quad carrier. 4 frag quad run in the end for Deeth on really what should have been a proct quad. The bounce pad going for those air rockets that time doesn't quite connect. Of course, we saw that excellent quad dispatch earlier with his rocket play. And you see, actually, interestingly, DX had 3 people at red there, and now they're trying to move back to bridge. So maybe they're trying to get that kind of cycle going on. Of course, we've seen world-class teams like Colwyn at DreamHack playing that kind of style, just complete lock on bridge and then moving through and dominating the red area. We've seen Serious Gaming or Four Kings do that before. I think that's the modern way to play it, so all these teams trying to replicate that kind of style, but at the moment neither team can quite get control of the different areas. Genic just spawns and he takes a rail straight to the chest. Again he healthed up but lost out to another rail. Podge hits his second impressive of the map. Shotgun should finish off Darth Vader at 9. It's 12 frag advantage, 19 seconds before the quad, and really Proct are gonna, I think they're going to be a little bit worried at this moment. They want to start extending this lead, but they keep just not being able to do too much with these quads. Especially with that drop last one. So we wanted to make sure they get this one, but we'll have to see what happens here. A lot of fighting over it, and Kosh does get it eventually, but he doesn't have a weapon to work with. Gizmo palming off his lightning gun. Only 2 ammo though, I mean, at least he seems to have noticed that, or he warned him. But that's actually really intelligent play not to switch to it and then move to the middle room for the health. Nice movement in straight into the bridge area. Can help defend quad. Good time to turn up there as well with that lightning gun. He's missed out on a player running to the mega, it sounded like. Actually might save the mega here, though he goes down himself. Looks like a DX player just dropped down and grabbed that then. As we now follow Darth Vader 9 for the first time. They doesn't have too much to work with. Gizmo back on him, but I'm going to cycle around, have a look at what all the different players have. Neda not too much, Podge again not too much to work with. Genic surely going to run into those grenades. Nice rocket play and dodges away from it as well. Actually really good rocket play for Zerg Spirit in serious trouble now. And finally we're on a player with a bit of armour. Deed going to move in with the lightning gun. He's got rocket launchers to work with as well. And they've grabbed control of that quad area. Might want to rush straight back to red now. 13 seconds till it spawns. See what Deeth does. Have a look at some of the stats here. There he is. Straight back to the red. Of course, it looks like he took the previous one, or maybe he doubled up on some yellows. Well, it's been left up on its spot effectively by DX, so I guess they didn't know the time on it. But it hasn't been taken by Zerg Spirit. Proct. 2 of them down there. A lot of damage to Deeth, but he did take out the player with the weapon. They're going to get that mega health in a second. And then we'll have to see what Proct's can do with it. 10 frags the difference though. As we come on to the next quad. DX attacking from the bridge side, all 4 of them at the same time, moving into the quad area, and looks like they've won it over easily. Zerg Spirit almost grabbing it off Genic there, but he does come out on top and down for the mega. Perfect timing. Good work from DX there. Now he can hunt for some frags. 1 on the board on this run so far, moving through towards the lightning gun. We don't know when that'll spawn up. Maybe he does, but he moves away from it. He can switch into the pummel in case he catches a player in the middle of the air. Intelligent play there. Look at that rail up on its spot. Might want to go back for that in a second. It's going to be a hard push. Try and push around that corner against that plasma with only 80 health. Nice rocket. Gotta be careful going up the bounce pad. Yeah, probably regret that, especially as he just picked up a rail. Could have escaped. It would have been set to mount an attack later on. We're looking at the score here. It's very, very close. 8 frag margin. But Proct are still ahead, so they're doing enough. I think really what they need is a quad run just to extend that score again. See, the last few DX have been the guys to grab it, and they've done a little bit better with the quad run so far. Not by much, but just ever so slightly. Ziggs, wow, takes a rocket right to the face there. Zerg Spirit trying to force his way onto that bridge, support his teammate, but eventually Deeth, who's absolutely tanked to the brim with armour. 150 there. Pretty much full health. Let's have a look at the scores quickly while we can. 3-2 on quad pickups from Proct. Just shows that perhaps DX has done a much better job with their actual runs. Look at that. Gizmo on top for Proct with a nice big net 20 seconds before quad to see the attack coming in from Proct onto that area. Probably wants to grab the rail pickup. And then maybe, wow, great plasma. And a teammate supports him as well. A few seconds before Mega. Does he know the actual time that it's up? Doesn't seem to. 5 seconds before the quad. Deeth might have just chosen to come and support the quad. Actually, Genic does take it. What on earth happened there? Teammate blows up the quad. What the hell? Now looking at some of the nets anyway. Gizmo plus 13 net, 5k damage. Plus 15 net for Deeth there as well, but he does have another teammate in the positives. Genik taking a lot of flak, obviously. Minus 15 at the moment. Teams are actually tied now. It's a pretty close game here. Red armor just stolen away from DX there by Proc. Good move from quite who see it was. I think Zerg Spirit. Oh my god, Zig's almost taken out another teammate. Don't know what's happened to him recently. Seeing blood for all his counterparts. Calls his teammate Darth Vader back for that rocket launch. Going to cycle around to have a look at some of the other players. Zerg Spirit here takes a lot of damage though as we switch to him. Although successful defense of the quad area, it seems like by Proc. Great rocket from Kodge there, straight to the face. Now they've opened up that 5 frag margin again. Still 8 minutes left on the clock, plenty of time. It looks like Genik, whatever, calling for a pause. Let's have a good look at this scoreboard then. So you see DX just ahead on Megas, that's negligible. Yellow armors, a few more for Proc, not too many either, but DX are quite a few more. Red, 6 in total up on the Procs about total, but 3 to 3 on quads. About a minute each as well on the runs. That's why it's so close on the scoreboard. Everything's pretty close here. Look at some of the stats. Kodge in 66% rail. Could do with getting another railgun in his possession then. Sounded like there was a player above him, but he couldn't actually catch him out. Great rocket there. Should finish off Darth Vader with a shotgun. Genik trying to move in. Got another teammate behind him. Deeth. Great defensive play from Kodge. Going to switch around. Zerg Spirit's in here. Wow, look how stacked he is. He had 100 armor. He had mega health to his name. He has got a lightning gun. Could do a little bit more ammo. Maybe take that shotgun as well. Decides against it. And there we go. Here's a big quad run potentially coming up. He's perfectly primed for it. Here's a bit of combat going on below him. Oh my god, Deeth! Great rock shot. Wow, grenade off the spawn. Pretty unfortunate for Deeth there. Couldn't really do enough. He's not going to wait for red, is he, Zerg Spirit? He's 10 seconds away. Decides against it. Genik going down for the 3rd in a row. And Deeth again with his rocket launcher taking out a quad. That was a pretty important one to stop Proc just pulling away ever so slightly and taking control of the key areas. Deeth is a really impressive player actually so far this round. Done a lot of very impressive moves. There we go. 5th impressive for Deeth. 51% for him. Another great rail there. 38% LG is pretty high as well. Even 20 plasma. Definitely one of the star men on the server today. 10 frags difference as they've both run into the triple figures. Three quads remain. It looks so much like DX can bring this back, but at the same time they just don't seem to be able to each time. They bring it back to level and then just lose it again, or just stay, you know, 10 odd frags behind Proc the whole time. So it's hard to see exactly how they will win at this stage, this map. But it's entirely possible as they now attack the bridge and start moving in on the quad area. That was perfectly timed by Deeth. Oh, and great frag for an excellent there on Zerg Spirit. Easy rail in the air, of course. Here we go, good defensive position he's in actually. 6th impressive, but he actually drops a rail for Netta, who instantly switches to it. So dived in and stolen this quad here. Zerg Spirit, 2nd quad in a row. He's already got 3 frags on this quad run before his machine gun down didn't do too much damage to Zix, who got the frag either, so now maybe DX can try and consolidate their control of this position on the bridge. Both teams just happy, just keep rushing this quad area, rushing the bridge. No one's going to change it up, no one's going to go and play defensive at red. That could of course spell the end for either team if they do that and just lose the initiative. So no one really wanted to take a risk and try and really stack up before they attack. Just grab an armor, move in, grab a gun, move in. sort of the name of the day today. As we approach 4 minutes remaining on the clock. An ultimate power up in 50 seconds. Times Spirit. Have a look at some of his stats. 39 LG, 52 rail. Very nice stats. Again, both these teams I think are pretty solid aim overall across each player, so it's not really a surprise. Gizmo, the star man so far in terms of score for Proct. 61 rail for him. And now Proct are in a good position on this bridge. Might be difficult for DX to move in here. Good rocket as well. Oh, misses that rail on Deeth. He'll really be annoyed at that one. 18 seconds before the quad, although he does hit the important one there. Going to move in and get the health before he moves back. Maybe wait for the yellow if he knew what time is up. 11th, impressive. Oh, misses a pretty easy rail there, but it doesn't matter. In the end, 4 seconds before the quad, looks like Proct are going to get yet another. There it is, Netta with the quad. Straight away, one frag on the board. Do the shotgun here, which he does actually manage to grab from a teammate. Rocket almost hit from Zix, but managed to dodge it. And every single time we've seen the quad move to red, it's been about 15 seconds before the next red will be up. So I don't know who's taken all those reds before, but if it's the opponents, they're absolutely timing it perfect. Somehow misses the mega there. He's going to go back and get it there and get an easy frag. Nice rockets from Netta there. You can tell he's accomplished rocketer. Well, maybe not there. Could potentially get fragged here. Does just escape in time with 9 health. Looks like that last quad is going to give Proct the win. There is a final quad on the map, but it's going to be very difficult to bring back 23 frag difference at this point. And you have to say, being down to those quad grabs, probably 3 more than DX, because they have actually done a better job generally on the runs. DX, their 3 quad runs were pretty good as I remember, or at least 2 of them were. I mean, look at some of the other item stats as well. Look at them just going up the bounce pad, giving away frags. I think they know it's over at this point. It's about a 30 frag margin now. Of course, the House of Quake League is not a best of 3. It could end 1-1 on maps. Each individual map is as important effectively as a match in this league. So dropping any map is going to have a negative impact. Zeg Spirit with this final quad, already 1 frag on the board, surely going to get a second here on Darth Vader. Well, his teammate just stealing it away from him. He's already just taken the red armor before the quad arrived. Mega up, perfectly timed again by Proct. They've done a good job on the megas we've seen in recent minutes. It was pretty even last time we checked, so up to this bit of combat. Let's check the mega pickups. 16 to 15, well, still DX got a few more. Well, 1 more. 22 to 17 on the reds there. More yellows for Proct though, making that armor advantage in reds not really mean too much at all. Let's have a look at some of the statistics for the map. Overall, it looks like Proct just doing a bit more damage there. Almost 9k, 8k, almost 8 and 7, and well, the highest is Deeth, 7.6, and 3 of the Proct players are higher than him, so just the damage dealt not quite up there for DX today on this first map. Anyway, we're going to go to the second map, Purgatory, where DX, again, you say they've performed pretty well in previous weeks against tough opponents. So can they do it again? Proct, very organised team, a lot of skillful individual players. So I'm not sure it'll worry them too much. They could do with a win though, another, what, a full match win. Another map win. Move up the table a bit. Is there going to be a substitution for DX? See the adverts, I get a Shark Knight 3D. I'll be going and seeing that then. So NHSB has moved in. Let's have a look at some of the numbers quickly. NHSB is 0.
Impressive.
And Lotnik coming in. We did see him play recently, and he was particularly impressive, actually. Swapped in for the Starman. Oh no, well, G-Nick it was actually. I don't think he was the Starman, was it? It was Deeth. But yeah, Lotnik was very impressive last time we saw him play for DX. Zerg Spirit out, HSB in for Proct. So Purgatory, a double power-up map, that makes it a little bit more interesting. It's probably a little bit more open as a map. Aggressive play is usually what we see. Lots of attacking that red armor, trying to get control. I mean, red armor and lightning gun spawning next to each other. Obviously, the ideal location to hold on any map that would be, but at the same time, it's very open to attacks. You can be shot from below, shot from above. Two different directions people can run into the room. So it's a real central hub of the map, the heart of the map. If you can hold it and utilise that armor and weaponry, then you get a real advantage. You're right next to the mega health spawn, so you could get a good time on that. And the other way is the railgun. Again, a key weapon on this map. Two yellow armors, the battlesuit end, which sort of leaves the quad at the other end with not really much at all, just fresh spawners ready to get fragged. Remember, this is the House of Quake League. It's not a best of 3, it's individual maps, so it can end 1-1. Here's a league format. Running over the teams again, Proct, NHSB, Gizmo, Netta and Kodge. The DX Darth Vader 9, G-Nick, Deeth, and what? And Zix. Okay. Why is... Lotnik joins spec. I'm not really sure. But anyway, they've decided to bring him in as a warm-up substitute. And then get rid of him again. So the team remains the same, in fact, for DX. Moving on to this map. So this is how I expect both teams to play it. Both teams to cess heavily the red armor area, multiple players moving in at the same time trying to take control, but getting a time on that red armor, perhaps dropping onto it. And committing suicide even to grab it. And then an individual probably through the team will try and time that mega health. Here's G-Nick following off from the spawn. I'm going to cycle away because he got nothing. Deeth, who has got a rocket launcher, did have a bit of armor, though he's obviously taken a bit of damage there. Oh! Almost getting the frag on Kodge. Did a good amount of damage to 2 Proc players there, actually. Next row to be up in 5 seconds.
Teams are tied.
Of course, this map has the full arsenal of weapons again. And the full complement of pretty much every item. Apart from a green armor. Oh my god, perfect timing by Proc to move in there for that battlesuit. It looked like the quad was under a bit of trouble as we moved away. Gizmo with actually a stacked battlesuit here. Probably doesn't want to chase frags, oh my god. It's almost like a dummied rocket jump there. Oh, I'll just get the yellow mate and move away. Which he does do, helping his teammates, but he's going to have to get a move on if he wants to control of a key position here. He's missed out on actually moving in on the red, so we'll have to see what Proct will do as a team, taking the long route round to get the lightning gun ammo. They've got control of the red room anyway, so I'm guessing that quad was probably eliminated. Wow, Geenic, great LG from Gizmo. Must have been a high percentage, yeah, 38%. Rail down there, Netta, mate. Going to grab yourself one. Almost getting ambushed is Gizmo by Geenic, but Darth Vader eventually decides to come out of all that mess with the frag. He's got a railgun, lightning gun. I want to be careful, they're good dodging against the wall to avoid that. Railgun can be a really effective weapon on this map, as I've already pointed out, and you see a lot of teams commit multiple bodies to try and time that item. The thing else about the rail is it's probably useful, or the most useful weapon on every map in a sense, but certain maps the architecture just suits it more than others, and this map there's certain areas that are just ideal for rail shots. Above this red armor location, that window is not necessarily a great spot, but just above the bounce pad railing in at the red is a really dangerous position for a raider to be sitting if you don't have anything to counter him with. Do some serious damage to you holding red. Anyway, we're moving in to power-up time here. 5 seconds to go until the quad battlesuit will follow. A couple of seconds after, there's the quad pick up. Deeth gets it. He's got armor. Gizmo for Proct, so it's a power-up each, and they both had roughly the same amount of armor. That would probably give battlesuit the slight advantage, and quad's going to get absolutely annihilated there. Great work from Gizmo. Perfect rocket play. That's exactly what you want to do with a battlesuit. Don't mess around. Just get in there and get on with it. Kill the quad. So this isn't so good. Down to 10 health, and he's actually lost control of that red room, it looked like. And just ran to his death in the end. So after such a great start, those messed up rocket jump. I mean, really should have probably gone up the bounce pad, taken a different route in to that upper corridor. Because he did need to go there. He had it right. Take out these two players, but rocket jumping at them when they can just shoot him back down probably wasn't the best ploy. Anyway, falling Zix now. Runs out of shotgun ammo. What's he going to do? He's just going to drop into this room. There's a plasma there. He just backs up into it, which he does do. They lost out on the red. Podge, there you go. Suiciding right onto that red. You see that a lot. Nice plasma play before he gets fragged, and now we're in deep point of view. Low scoring game in a way. Just hit the 30 mark now. 4 minutes it's taken to do it. Sometimes on this map you get ridiculously high scores when teams really rush in, but nothing's ever really quite hit the mark of the old Q3 DM7. Retribution, I think it's called. That was real all-out aggression. Geenic assessing in there with the machine gun, picks up all the weapons. That's good play there. Sometimes perhaps it is worth committing suicide to gain an advantage over your opponents by taking items away from their possession. It is the power-up time now. Apologies are going to be a little bit late to this power-up. Let's see which one's picked. Well, picked. We didn't get the look on the battlesuit pick because we switched straight to quad, who hasn't really got anything. NHSB grabbing that. Ooh, just railed away. Needs a weapon. Needs teammates to tell him there's the battlesuit, so we know that each team's got a battlesuit each. I would swap between the powers, but my bind doesn't work. Easily dispatched in the end. Quad kind of just looked lost there, didn't really know what to do when he didn't have any weapon, didn't really have any armor or health, just couldn't do anything. And DX, 11 frags up. Let's see if they can extend their lead any further than Proct could do in the previous map for most of it. Moving back round for that lightning gun. This is the position you want to hold just above the mega health. You control any entry from that way to the red. You also can control the mega health, as you can see now. Mega has spawned behind him. Does he know? That's why NHSB is having a shot at him. It just has a quick look to make sure, and NHSB actually kind of fell for a trap there, diving in, jumping right into a lightning gun. Gizmo jumping as G-Nick coming around the corner as well. Straight into the shop. Just makes it easy. He's only hitting 25%. G-Nick should, by all rights, be the man to follow here with the Mega. Pick up 140 health, 100 armor from that red. He really wants to move out of this room. Could do with a teammate coming in and just defending while he moves out to a more aggressive position looking for the frag. Gizmo going down there though, and he gets a nice spawn to get another free frag off Podge this time. Though that machine gun's doing so much damage. Lost all his armor, but now leading up to the power-ups, he wants to probably make his way to quad. 5 seconds to go until that spawns. He's got lightning gun, he's got shotgun, the perfect weapons for a quad, and there we go, perfect setup for that. And Deef has managed to get the battlesuit off the prop players. They were right by it, and they both go down as well, and this is DX double power up, and well, they should be able to extend their lead.
Excellent. Impressive. It's 3 people eventually getting fragged in that red room, but none of them will be strong, so DX can probably rush in and win it back pretty easily. Netta surely going to be fragged again here. Look at Proc, 2 more players come in with machine gun, and this is really assessing it. But all of them getting fragged for no frags there. Again, NHSB going down that time. 2 more going to drop in. Kodge getting fragged. This is ridiculous. They're just giving away kills. Netta eventually getting the frag. But he himself going down, and suddenly 70 to about 40, a 30 frag margin. Proc's still waiting on that red. He's not going to be up anytime soon, mate. And there we go. Oh, what's he doing? Geenick moving out of the room. Red will be up in a second. NHSB doesn't know. And he misses out on it, and all that effort of rushing in with nothing just doesn't pay off. I mean, players of the caliber of DX with their aim, they're not going to miss all those shots, and I think you're just giving away frags when you rush in with nothing at all. I mean, there's an argument to say to rush in sometimes with nothing, but not against weapons and multiple players with weapons. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Proc do pick up the next red though. It is the one before the power up. 10 seconds to go till battlesuit spawns quad just before it. See Kodge. He's going to just support a pick up from his teammates. Looks like DX are on the spot at the moment. In fact, all 4 DX seem to have committed to it, so it could be a double power for Proc this time. In fact, it is. This quad's looking pretty weak. They don't drop off. Oh, railed in the back. And there's Gizmo. Let's switch around to him. Oh, he hasn't got anything to work with. Well, he has got Rocket. Decided against using it. Wasn't sure that he'd hit all those shots. Wants to get the Rocket crate, surely. No, doesn't. Just wants to move. What the hell was that rail? The player wasn't even on the screen. Great rail, anyway. And he hits an impressive as a result. I mean, sometimes you do just throw out those rails, sort of hidden hope kind of idea that they do just sometimes work. Be it the netcode or the hitboxes or some element of the game just allows it. Still around 30 frags is the difference. DX probably not doing a great job on that previous battlesuit. I mean, committing 4 players and still losing out. And it just so happened that they didn't really die before the power-up spawn. They sort of died as it spawned, so they weren't ready to get the pickup of quad either, getting the lucky spawn. So it really didn't work out for them that time at all. And they have to do a much better job on the next power-up. Good rail from Kodge there again, just defending this red room. I'm going to cycle away there, have a look at what's going on the rest of the map. G-Nick getting a frag on Gizmo. Zix picking up the weapon that he rightfully would have wanted to winning himself. Here's Deeth. Nice bit of armor, 44 LG, that's stunningly high accuracy there, 43 at the slowest too briefly. Goes shaft on shaft, manages to escape. This is intelligent play. Oh my god, that's actually brilliant. Probably wants to switch away from any useful weapon here. Could get machine gunned easily, and he does, but that's actually just really good play to survive. Just as long as he did. There's the battlesuit pickup for Geenick this time. From DX, going to take the longer route towards quad. Gizmo on the other side for Proct.
Oh, he's missed out on the mecha. Dropped straight into the path of the battlesuit. Big mistake, that one. There's look, four Proc players in close proximity to one another. They all back off to the rail area against this battlesuit runner, Geenic. It's looking increasingly likely that DX will take this pretty comfortably. I mean, Proc just don't really seem to have an answer. I think their game plan's a little bit simplistic. Rushing red, trying to win it with or without weapons, with or without armor. It's not really going to work. Sometimes you do need to just sit back for a while, try and stack up a bit. Then you can either time an attack or just wait for the power. Especially a double power-up map, there's always going to be options to win things back with power-ups. A couple of rocket launchers for teammates. Got to watch out on the spawn in the court. And although moves out straight away to rail. I wonder if Gizmo is taking a charger. Look at the railgun percentage. He's in 72%. 66 it drops to, and now 61. Maybe I haven't actually had that many shots with it. Wow, look at this DX 3-man attack. On red, it looks like they're mounting. You know what? 30 frag margin. It's really not too much to come back. Proc can get a good run of frags. Maybe a double power up. They can bring that back. Let's look at the scores quickly. All positive nets and all negative nets. DX all positives. Proct all negatives at the moment. Look at the pickups. 15-5 on Megas in DX's favour. Here's the battlesuit. Netta grabbing that one, and that was a double power up. Switch back to Netta with this power up. So quad is eliminated already. Free reign of the map for the battlesuit. He's making the right decision there, not just diving in. He's in a difficult position here. The problem is you don't actually do any more damage, so if the player you're playing against is hitting all his shots and just knocking you back each time like he did, Zix I think it was, then you can't really do much about it. Anyway, NHSB returning to the scene. Fine. Red armor, it looks like Proctor going to get control of the red again. Although only 1 health for NHSB, and it's actually given away the lightning gun. Bad position here as well, and it's going to give DX the red armor pickup.
Frags in 3 seconds. Excellent.
Still fun with Gizmo with his 4th impressive in a row there. Just trying to defend this red armor. He's stolen in front of him by the prop guys. And I'm guessing, I mean, I didn't notice it when I looked at the scoreboard briefly, but if we check the scoreboard now, it's going to be pretty similar. Yeah, 16 for 15 in favour of DX, and that's kind of what we read on it. So DX really just winning by quite a lot of megas. Around 10 extra megas. And that's giving the advantage on the items, because the yellows and reds are pretty similar. If we look at the battlesuit, Proct ahead on the battlesuit and quad by 1, but they really haven't made enough use of them as yet. Let's see if they can this time. It doesn't look like they're going to get in the battlesuit though, with Death Rails hitting them all. I think it's something like 9 impressives there. Geenic coming out, and Zix with the quad, so double power up for DX. And there's that rail for Zix. Have a look at some of his stats, 51% rail. So it should make good use of that. Frags on the board with this quad, won't get the 4th, just going to get machine gunned down by the spawner. Sometimes really you don't want spawners in front of you. I mean, you want to get frags with quad, but certain positions they're in. Oh my god, good air rocket by Darth Vader, just saving that red for his teammate, which Deep does say thank you very much for. And a 40 frag difference. We've got 2 rounds of power-ups left. Let's Proct hit the century. It's gonna need double power-ups from Proct, at the very least, to get back, and they're probably gonna have to make up frags before the power-ups, as well as with the power runs, and then after the power-up. because something about Quake Live, generally you don't get massive frag turnarounds within a very short period of time. You can on a rare occasion, but it would take DX really just giving away quite a few frags when they really shouldn't. It's going to cycle round to more active areas of the map. Here's Zix going to easily frag Netu, who wasn't watching him, and reward himself with a red. No, he isn't. Great rocket by NHSB, who's going to stack himself up a nice 140 armor briefly before a little bit of MG damage, going a bit lower. Well, I would have been tempted to keep that lightning gun if I was you, with the armor stack, and move out and try and get some frags, but decides to point off to a teammate. We've now got the battlesuit coming up. All DX need to do is make sure they don't let Proc get both, and that's what they've done. They've got the quad. One frag straight away for Zix, and, whoa, nice. A nice little red armor. Sitting on its spot, calling at him, beckoning him in. Take me, please. So we see the power-ups are pretty even, 5 for 4, 5 for 4. Mega health vastly superior in favour of DX. Yellow armour, 1 extra, couple of extra reds as well, doesn't go amiss. Let's look at some of the damages. 7-7k, 6-6, 7-6, 5-6. So Netten not quite putting out as much damage as the rest of his team there. A couple of K down on the damage. Shouldn't necessarily mean too much, but obviously if you're getting out-itemed as well, if the other team's getting way more items than you, then it kind of makes that damage even more important. You can be dealing out more damage than the other team, but if they're getting the items, then they can still be in the lead. You can't really be doing less damage and getting less items and really be in the lead often. It's quite rare, that. So the red armor picked by Zix. Oh my god, the Mega stolen right in front of him by a teammate. Bad communication there between the two. They have lost, effectively, the red armor room there by the quad moving out because the battlesuit's in position. Though they go down forward and attack. Look at the spawner right behind you, mate. Watch out! He didn't notice NHSB there and just left the rocket for the spawner straight away. I mean, I know he wanted to move in to get the kill on the battlesuit, but that really cost him his life. So, final 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. We've got 1 set of power-ups left to spawn. It's basically over now.
2 frags in 2 seconds.
30, about, well, just less than 30 frags is the difference. I mean, technically, as I say, it's possible, but it just doesn't happen. Unless we see something absolutely stunning from Proct and a bit disastrous from DX. But you never know, we could get the world's greatest power-ons coming up. Oh, nice pummel from Koch there to dive on and get his rocket launchers. Look at that, direct rocket. Zik left with 1 health. He's been counting down on the initial spawn. Darth Vader rushing in to avenge his teammate's death. And he does that. It's Gizmo. So, 20 seconds till the final power-ups. Both pretty much the same time. We never ever see either team delaying power-ups on these maps normally. Zix gets yet another team kill. Something about his rockets and his teammates today. Magnetic. Oh, just missed out on the red pickup, but probably did the right thing, and it's a double power-up for DX. That puts to pasture any slight hope. Any slight hope that Proct had. Of course, they don't have any chance. And Geenic just going to move around the map and look for some extra frags now. So, well, roughly the same kind of score difference in the end. So each team just that much more effective on their own maps. Pretty evenly matched between the two teams overall, than you say, I guess. And it would be interesting to see them meet in another competition where we had to go a best of 3 and see them both on a effectively a second map choice, where they're perhaps both a little bit weaker and we might even get an even closer game. But that should be a map win for either team, which presumably won't change their position in the table too much. To see the league, you can go to houseofquake.com, and there should be a tab at the top saying TDM 4v4, which is the league. So well done to both teams, getting a draw, effectively. A win each on maps, and quite interesting. Thanks to the House of Quake League admins as well. I hope they keep running these leagues. 10 teams in this league, quite a lot. 4 Kings, the Expendables, Zenitorium, that's the top 3 at the moment. Doobie-Doo-What, Dioxide Action, Incredible Panic, Proctologists, Elite Killers, and Rape Gaming there at the bottom. Thanks for joining us all on Level Up. I'll just check if there's any more games going on at the moment.